everyone! Today I'm going to be reading to you about my rotten, redheaded older brother. That's right. Let's begin. My brother and our mother and I all lived in my grandparents on their farm in Union City, Michigan. Now, my babushka, my grandmother, knew lots of things. She knew how to make ordinary things magical. Now, I knew that she loved me all right, but I couldn't quite understand how she could even like my older brother, Richard. He had orange hair that was like wire. He was covered in freckles and looked like a weasel with glasses. The one thing that my bubby didn't seem to know was how perfectly awful my brother really was. Mind you, he was always nice whenever she was around us. But as soon as she'd leave, he would do something terrible to me and laugh. There were so many things that I couldn't stand about him. The worst was that he was always telling me that he could do just about everything better than I. Bet I can pick more blackberries than you can, he jeered at me one day. No, you can't. Can so. Cannot. Can, he whispered. Not, I said louder. Can, he whispered so low that I could hardly hear him. Not, I screamed back. We both picked berries for most of the afternoon. Well, he up and did it. He not only picked more berries than I, he set a record that wasn't even challenged for the next 10 years. You make me sick, Richard Barber, I yelled at him. Then he smiled, that smile that only a rotten, red-headed older brother could smile. I guess I would have to face it. He could run the fastest, climb the highest, throw the farthest, sit the longest, get the dirtiest, burp the loudest, and spit the farthest. He had no equal, certainly not with me. And I'm 4 years older than you. Always have been and always will be, he sneered. At bedtime, my bubby came and sat on the edge of the bed like she did every night. Look, a falling star, she said. We watched it streak across the sky. Then she spit twice between her fingers and gave her chest a loud slap. Why did you do that, Bubby? I asked. I was making a wish. Didn't you know that wishes on falling stars came true? At last, I knew how I was going to get back at my brother. For the longest time, I watched that dark sky until I saw a star shoot across the night. Then I spit between my two fingers and I slapped my chest. It was done. My wish was to do something, anything, better than my brother. I'd show him. A traveling carnival, my brother shouted as he ran toward me. They're setting up right here on our field. Bet I can eat more hot dogs than you can, he teased. He was already starting to do it. But this time, I was going to do something so incredible that even he would have to sit up and take notice. I had a star wish. I'd show my rotten, red-headed older brother all right. That night, I ran straight for the merry-go-round. We must have taken 50 turns on that carousel. But then my brother got off. I stayed on. I went around and around and around. I knew I could do this longer than you, I shouted to my brother, feeling proud but just a little bit dizzy. Tricia, I heard my bubby call out, get off that thing. It's time to go home. The last thing I remembered, I was stepping off from the platform. Next thing I knew, I woke up with Bubby sitting on the edge of my bed. Mom and Grandpa were there too. You gave us all a fright, Mama said. How do you feel? What happened? I asked. You fell, my rotten red-headed older brother announced with the biggest grin on his face. I don't know what we would have done, my Bubby said softly. Your brother carried you all the way home, and then he had to run and get Dr. Lee. You had to have stitches. I watched it all, he said excitedly. You fell off the merry-go-round right into some pop bottles, my Gramps added. You even passed out, my brother chirped. Looks like you finally did something special. It was from that exact moment that our relationship changed somehow. Thanks, Richie, I said to him. What's a big brother for anyway? He said, blushing. Then we all just lay on our blankets in the gentle summer night. I'll always be 4 years older than you, though, my brother whispered softly. Then he smiled. All of us held one another's hands, and then we all drifted to sleep. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.